don't see any real approach or any real beneficial approach in offering something special because the calendar date changes again. Because to us, there is no start, there is no end. It is a constant moving thing that we're trying to attempt and what we're trying to shoot at. And the advertising and marketing of this is, this there's a new you. Now there's a new start because the calendar is changing. But like, is that true? And if that mentally and emotionally helps you get started, but the reality of it, have you taken care of the things that need to be taken care of for you even to attempt or even be consistent at this? Have you had the conversations with your family and the people in your circle about, hey, I'm trying this new thing, so I'm going to need your help, and not putting certain indulgences in front of me and being more supportive in this area? Have you figured out your schedule of how you're going to drive? Have you figured out before work, after work? Have you figured out your grocery store run? So the idea and the enthusiasm of starting this brand new thing because it's January 1 just really doesn't make sense. And it's all kind of like this marketing ploy to get you excited to spend your money. So a lot of those things just to get you to spend your money, and especially all these new gym offers, they offer them low prices and want to set you up on auto pay because they're hoping that you get it at such a low rate that when they know you haven't done the things that are going to hold this thing together, and you don't, and they're trying to get you just to get fixated on the superficial, the physical part, the sexy bodies, the attractive bodies, the sweat, the fun, all of that, but there's no foundation underneath it. They're hoping that you don't discover those things because you put this thing on auto pay, and because it's low price, it just charges every month because it's low price. You don't really feel it coming out. Those gyms who offer those things to you are hopeful that all those people don't show up at the same time consistently because the gym will be too crowded, machines will be cramped, and people won't be able to get their workout in. They're counting on you not putting the work in that's going to hold this thing stable and just getting you fixated and getting your endorphins up that you could be this thing without putting the boring stuff underneath it. Your sleep schedule, your work schedule, the social network. Have you, the people you went out drinking with on New Year's Eve, are they now not going to be your drinking people or your drinking enthusiasts or influencers on the weekends now? Like, the things need to hold this thing together. You haven't had those conversations. So all your enthusiasm to start this on January 1 when you haven't done that work is just a lie to you. So we don't do it like that. This is a continuation, and it's a continuous attempt at trying to figure out who you are. And also, we don't want to have an idea like what you're looking at is like, this is an idea. I'm an idea. The gym is an idea, but it's our idea, and maybe you can be a part of our idea. But it's a better for you to establish your own idea and come in here and struggle and battle and dig a little bit more in depth, not be so external. So much of what the marketing and advertising is built on you externally looking at somebody else's idea and trying to formulate yourself to that. And that's so defeating, and it's so restrictive, and it's so boxed in. Like, it's better to attempt to make your own attempt at these things and try to find their ideas, because then also in that regard, there's a guarantee in it, and the guarantee feels safe. This is what that looks like, but it's also limiting. So as you make your attempts in your new year and trying to do your new stuff, and you're looking at this is my guarantee. I'm guaranteed to get this. I'm guaranteed to get that. There's no way. I mean, and we wouldn't lie to you. There's no guarantee. We're not going to guarantee you. I'm not going to guarantee you're going to lose any weight. I'm not going to guarantee you're going to get stronger. I'm not going to guarantee you that you're going to be better than when you came in. But I am going to guarantee you there's going to be your attempt. I guarantee you will have an attempt to try. You'll have an attempt to try to discover yourself. You'll be having an attempt to struggle and battle and try to find what that is. And that's such a lot, that's more rewarding than trying to fit yourself in someone else's idea. Find your own. You have the opportunity to do that. But you don't have to do that on January 1. You can do that January 1, 2, March 2nd, July 3rd, July, whatever. Like, it's continuous. And to look at it, it's not a beginning and end, I feel, is a lot more beneficial for what this really is, because it's a constant continuation. There's a lot of times with people when they come with this idea like, oh, I'm starting over, and they think that's a benefit, but I'm also think it's not. Like, there's never starting over. It's constant continuation, because if this is home, okay? Once you start off, you can never start over. It is a constant continuation, and you don't want to start over, because now if you start over, you forget what you've learned. So if you take out this your path, boom, back home, boom, back home, here, sometimes back in, back home, boom, back home. Whatever you do is always a continuation. It never stops. It doesn't mean you don't ever arrive back home, because you go back home with greater lessons, bigger lessons of what you left with before. That's what this is. It's a constant continuation of things. That's what this is. That's why the gym is called work. It is a constant attempt and a constant continuation of trying to better yourself, trying to be better, and attempting at arriving at the idea, never being complete, never arriving at the idea of completion, constant work. And there's a benefit in that. But if you look at something as something that is defined as starting and ending, it limits what you could be. It limits what your attempts and what your tries. And it limits what the possibility, what the potential would be, because you were fixated on what it is. Don't make it that. There is no beginning and end. We don't do New Year's resolutions. We don't do New Year's starting. There is no end. There is no beginning. Constant continuation, constant work.